Hello everybody, this is Jason Bissell, author of The Asian Diet, and I'm here today. My video is going to be about how I make ramen noodles. Now, a lot of us don't think of ramen as being a healthy meal, and by itself it really isn't. The way most Americans make it, it's not. But the way they serve them in Japan is. And you can make them healthy as you do this at home. So, how do we do that? Well, if you've read my book, you know that I'm very big on vegetables. The Asian diet is very big on vegetables. It should constitute the bulk of our diet. So, we need to add some vegetables. And it can be a lot more and different from what I'm going to do here today, but this is just representative. I have here a carrot. So, I'm going to slice this. I don't know if it ever happens to you that when you're slicing a carrot, the little rounds all roll away from you. So I always just cut it in half like this, so then it will not roll. I like to start with the carrots because they take the longest to cook. I've got the water boiling behind me, and I use a little more water than the package calls for because I'm going to be making this more robust. So this is starting to come to a boil. Add those. Then we're going to add some celery. Again, just slice it. Alright, so we'll add this celery in. For a little bit of protein, I like to throw in some ham or some turkey. Today I've got turkey. It's open, so I'm just going to dice this up. Add that in. That'll give a little more flavor and a little more nutrition. That goes in. You have this pack of maitake mushrooms that are organic. You can use any sort of mushroom though. Button, shiitake, maitake, enoki. Probably don't want to use the psychedelic ones. From what I understand, they don't taste very good and they can have some lingering side effects. But regular old mushrooms are very good for us. They're immune boosting. So I'll put these in. And then the noodles are, this is from the Pulmoni brand. It's a Korean version. I like this one because it is not fried. Most ramen noodles are made and they're fried. And that's fine sometimes, but I find this to be a little bit healthier. And Korean brands and traditionally Asian brands will come with a flavoring packet and some little dried vegetables that you can add to it. And this has got some scallions in here, which I'll show you as we add. So you're going to take the noodles, they'll go in. They take 3 minutes. Alright, so I often like to have a little bit of a kick to my soup. Today we're going to add some kimchi, which is a pickled, spicy, fermented Napa cabbage. This is a treat. It's homemade. My mother-in-law makes it fabulously. And the noodles are done. So bring this over. We're going to drop in the kimchi. We're going to put in our flavor packets. Another nice thing about using extra water is that by itself it's usually a little salty for me, so if you use more water, that can help you cut the concentration of the salt. So you can see here, maybe you can see, that it's got these little chives or scallions in there to add some more vegetable. I like to add fresh scallion too, if I have it on hand, and this just came from the garden. So I'm going to slice the scallion, throw that in, and then lastly, well not lastly, I'm also going to put in a raw egg, because this water is still very hot and will not stay raw for long. And I'll let that cook. And another thing that I can add here, Costco now carries dried seaweed. Seaweed's very good for us. It's got a lot of micronutrients and also can act as a detoxifying agent to pull heavy metals out of the body. So this is roasted and slightly salted. It's a Korean tradition. And I can just crumble some of this into the soup as well to give it some extra nutrition. And you can make the soup, you can use a whole bunch of other vegetables. If people have other suggestions, I invite you to comment and add them here. So here we are now going to transfer this. Need a spoon. And you'll need a big bowl. I'm using a big bowl here, and as you'll see in a second, it is just about full. And there you have it. A very simple, but very nutritious and delicious soup. This is how you make ramen the Asian diet way. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.